Back in 2018, I visited Fernie, BC with Ryan from the channel The Lone Ranger. We were introduced to a brand new jump trail up in the hills called Contra. It was pretty rad. It had jumps, it had berms, and then there was me, casing most of them.
Nice.
As you can see from this footage from Ryan's perspective, I'm not clearing the jumps well at all. I just didn't have the jumping skills at the time to clear the line. But since then, I switched to flat pedals and I've been working on my jumping skills. I've slowly been improving and building up my confidence with practice on bigger jumps. I even successfully hit a 25-foot gap jump down in California. Fast forward to 2020 and I found myself back in Fernie, and Contra is still here, waiting for me. Have my skills improved enough to clear all the jumps on the trail? Well, let's see if I can get a little redemption. But first things first, I needed a little refresher. Yuka and I decided to walk up from the bottom to measure each jump and get a feel for things.
It's like 23 feet.
23?
Yeah. Bigger than you thought?
Yeah, I thought it's maybe like 18 or something.
Oh.
All the jumps are pretty sizable, around 20 feet, give or take a few feet.
21 feet? I think 21 feet. Yeah. Oh, this one is interesting. I remember this.
But some of them actually have a small and big option.
Maybe this is the smallest one on the trail. 12 feet. Using the whole tape measure, yeah, 25 feet.
My goal is to hit all the big options since the smaller ones are pretty easy. As we continued up, it started to become apparent that the trail was not in the same condition as it was 2 years ago. A big water rut down one of the landings wasn't the most confidence-inspiring.
It's a big rut here. Don't land in the rut.
And another rut in the trail that we should be aware of. In fact, you may have noticed by now that the trail has a lot of stuff growing in it, and it's time to do some weeding.
This one has like a big bush in the landing. 19 feet, step up. Maybe I'm gonna pull out this plant because I feel like this plant's right in the landing. Pull this one too.
It also turns out that when I compare footage from 2 years ago, the trail has changed a fair bit with jumps that have been either added or removed. But this doesn't matter too much since I don't remember too much of the original. In the end, we measured all 19 jumps, and with an average size of 19.3 feet, they're fairly large. At least for me they are. But luckily, they're all pretty much tabletops, which means I can jump them and case them without much consequence.
Ready?
With all that sorted out, it was time to head down the trail and start to work on the features. The first two jumps are a 12-footer and a 20-footer.
Oh, I can make that.
Let's get this show on the road.
Oh, I can do it.
Not a good start.
Okay. I still sucked it up.
I'm having some trouble committing to that second one. It takes a bit of courage to do this stuff, plus it's kind of windy, which can be a bit dangerous as the wind can push you around in the air.
There we go.
That's better. The next jump is an overgrown 19-footer. It's a high speed but low jump, so it's pretty easy to clear. But 3 corners later was something a little different. A step down and a 16-foot table directly after.
I can make that. It's not very far.
Since the step down is a bit of a gap, it took a few run-ins to get a sense of the speed required.
I can do that, Yuk, don't you think?
I feel like I can do it.
You want to do it first?
But it was pretty easy, and Yuka was keen to try it as well.
I did it! How was that?
I kind of go diagonal.
You want to do it again?
Sure. Yeah. Easy.
The next set of jumps, an 18-footer, followed quickly by a 19-footer, are a bit tricky. To clear the 19-footer, you need to clear the 18 before it. But to get the 18-footer, you really need to be dialed on these corners before it.
Okay, I have to go faster, I think.
It's turning out that the trail is actually pretty technical, and a lot of these jumps aren't coming as easily as I would have thought. Eventually I did clear the jumps, but not consistently. Where I landed after the first jump was important. If I landed too far to the inside, it affected my line into the second jump. But if I land more to the outside, the distance I needed to clear the jump actually got longer. It was tough to get right, but when I did get it, it was pretty darn satisfying. The following set of jumps were a 24-foot step down to a jump with a choice of either 13 feet or 19 feet, followed by a 17-footer. It turned out that the 24-footer was pretty darn easy, with more than enough speed coming into it. But the 19-foot option required a bit of commitment, especially with the lip in rough shape.
You lose a lot of speed on that. I almost made it.
Almost?
I kind of 50-50'd it. Okay, let's do this. Go fast, go fast, go fast. No break, no break. Jump. Ooh. No break, no break, no break, no break. Yeah. Ooh. Okay, that was a bit wrong.
Up next was another one of those go big or go small jumps. I had a choice to send either 12 feet or 25.
This one doesn't seem so bad anymore after everything else.
Except the 25 wasn't quite as easy as expected. But eventually I got it, and then it became more about landing in the right spot to set up for the next corner.
No brakes. No brakes, no brakes, no brakes. And boost, boost, boost. Yeah! Kind of puts you in the wrong spot though.
Yuka suggested that I should try using this wall to help me turn.
Okay. Brake, no brake, no brake, no brake. Yeah, the wall's where it's at. You.
The next jump, a 21-footer, had a bit of a flat landing. And then a jump with no defined landing. And after that, an 18-footer with a rut in the landing, which led to a 17 or 25-footer.
Oh yeah.
And all those were fine, except for that 25-footer.
Okay, let's try it out. not gonna make that. I don't know how I'm gonna make that.
It seemed that no matter what I did, no braking, boosting as much as I could, I would always land about a bike length short.
Brakes and brakes and brakes and brakes.
I think the trick to this jump is the turn 3 corners before it. You really have to no brake it, which is so difficult to do in these dry conditions.
I have to brake. Almost, yeah? Oh, okay. Can I just do one more? Yuka wants to go, so this is my last chance at this. I gotta do it. No brakes, no brakes, no brakes. Braking, braking.
And that was about as close as I got to clearing it. The 16-footer after was fine though. The 20-footer I cased badly on my first try.
Ow.
And the following 22 and 23 footers went alright.
Okay, those aren't so bad. You wanna follow?
Yeah.
No wind today. Yeah.
The next morning we came back to try again and see if I could get that 25-footer.
Oh, that one's so hard.
And well, not much changed. It was still super difficult to clear. I know it's possible, but damn, I'm just not hitting it fast enough or popping hard enough or something. So in the end, I decided to accept defeat on that one.
Case.
In the end, I did do a top to bottom run of the trail, which you can watch on my other channel, BCPOV Raw. So, did I get redemption in the end? Well, for the most part. With the exception of that 25-footer, I managed to clear about 95% of the jumps on the trail, which I'm happy about. But the trail is actually quite technical, and it's actually one of the hardest jump lines I've ridden in this regard. It's not like A-Line and Whistler, whose jumps are relatively easy to clear. On Contra, you've got to go fast, try to brake as little as possible, boost, and take the right lines.
Yeah!
But I'll be honest with you, that jump I missed, well, it bothers me. I really want to be able to clear that.
Oh, it's so hard, that one.
Maybe next time I'm in Fernie, I'll have another chance at redemption. Part 2 maybe? Who knows? But until then, thanks for watching and stay gnarly.
So intense. It wasn't perfect, but I'll take it.